and welcome everyone to Founders Live Minneapolis. We are on site here on location. The beautiful thing now is we are able to have our hybrid events, which are live and virtual. So we are super excited to have all of you joining us virtually on the platform. And we will be talking to some of you as our viewers tonight, but we also want to bring in some folks that we had waiting for us to talk to us on the platform. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to bring in some of our fabulous guests that are here watching live out in our studio audience. So I'm going to bring up Miss Shannon. So let's bring Miss Shannon to the stage. She is live right now. I heard she's Hello, Miss Shannon. How are you?
I am doing well. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Oh, wonderful. I am in the middle of a virtual rehearsal, so I am sorry that I am not with you there at the fantastic North House. I see some of my in real life friends there with you though, Jen. So thank you very much for letting me at least kind of like peek in a little bit, inspired.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us? I heard you're rehearsing for a new show. How is that going? And I know you've got some other really cool comedy meets virtual community things going on also. Tell us about all the stuff you're working on.
Well, right now I'm in rehearsing. A friend of mine does not only these really amazing immersive experiences, she does things that that'll be funny, but also be very impactful. So we're working on that right now, and hopefully that'll come out okay. But also the next event that I think I'm going to see you at is that you and the fine folks at Red Rex are going to be partnering with myself, my funny comedian friends, and the Twin Cities Film Fest, because we are going to do another comedy night that is going to not only be co-sponsored by Twin Cities Film Fest, but also Red Rex. And that is coming up on Thursday, July 22nd. So that'll be another thing where you'll be able to join us in person, but also meet with us virtually, courtesy of Red Rex.
That's amazing. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the things with now getting back, how that's been for you and a lot of the performers who were used to be in front of these live audiences that now are dealing with, virtual and live. How's it going for you guys? And what can we do to support you right now?
It is always really great to be able to see people in real life. The thing that's been good and what we've really learned about doing things in these virtual settings is that it does give you an opportunity when things go well to expand your audience. And so there may have been people who, for whatever reason, accessibility, being distance, all of those things weren't able to be part of our performances. And now we can figure out a way to continue to build that community, and they can still be a part of the show, even though it may be virtually. So the best way to support us is, as hard as it sounds, but a lot of what you're going to be talking about there in Founders Live is performers are the same as a lot of our founders, is that you need funding. So if you find somebody that you think are great performers and you want to support them, if you see them with a virtual tip jar out there, throw some in there, because that makes up for the ticket, the actual ticket that you may have bought if you were seeing them live. So don't go, okay, well, it's virtual, I don't have to pay for it. It kind of is cool if you can't. So at least tip your performers.
I love these tips. We need these tips. So everyone out there listening, remember these performers, give them those tips. That's super important to them. Even if you're watching virtually, normally a lot of you would have went out for a night out. So instead of a night out, now you're a night in, and it's even more convenient for you. But Ms. Shannon, any words of wisdom for our founders presenting tonight? We have 5 founders who are going to be sharing their companies, what they're working on. Any good lucks or words of wisdom for them that they can hear from you?
Oh, I'm so excited for all of the founders to have their opportunity to present. Things go really fast, not only when they're presenting for you there at Founders Live, but just in life and in your careers as general. So make sure you take some time to just be mindful of where you are and enjoy it, and use this for not only an opportunity to go, okay, maybe somebody will support this idea that I have, but also you worked really hard to get here. And so make sure that you enjoy the moment while you're here and sharing whatever it is that you've created with the audience that you have.
Well, we appreciate you, Miss Shannon, tuning in remotely with us and being here, even though you're in the middle of a rehearsal. So thank you for being here. And we look forward to the next event coming up in July, where you'll be on the Red Rex platform and co-sponsored with the Twin City Film Festival. So we'll make sure to have the audience tune into that. But good luck with the rehearsals, and we'll see you soon. We're going to bring up next one of our other friends. See you, Miss Shannon. Thank you.
Bye.
Next, let's bring up one of our friends tuning in all the way from Chicago. So one of the longtime friends of the startup community, someone who's built a name for himself with multiple startups, helps the companies that will be presenting tonight by giving away access to his startup boot camps that he provides. So you don't have to go to Chicago to get this. Our startups here in Minneapolis will be able to take advantage of Phil's programs that he is building right now for startups to help enable them, give them some of the tools, tips, and lessons he learned as a founder himself multiple times. Let's bring to the stage Phil Castro. Phil, thanks for joining us from Chicago.
Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I'm a big fan of Founders Live and what it stands for with helping entrepreneurs, since I do something very similar. Speaking of which, I think Jen kind of touched on a little bit. What I want to do today is I want to give you guys a surprise, whoever is listening right now. The first surprise is everybody that's pitching as founders, you will get free tickets to the pre-seed workshop happening next weekend, which I will tell you about in 1 second. And everybody else that's listening that's not pitching, they will get a 15% discount code with FL, meaning Founders Live, if you go to www.campevents.com/V13, and I'll try and put that in the chat. That is a pre-seed workshop. So what is it? The pre-seed workshop is basically the introductory level of entrepreneurship, venture capital, and startups. I myself do a lot of the teaching, but a lot of other startup rock stars and veterans will unpack like common misconceptions, sprinkle in some golden nuggets, talk about things that a lot of founders should know about before starting or scaling a startup. We do have usually 3 to 4 investors, angels, and venture capitalists that'll come to the stage. We have a great panel discussion. It's very insightful. Then we go into the pitches. Well, they'll pitch obviously live to the investors. And then we end it with a happy hour celebration, which I always do because it's always super fun. And yeah, that's happening next weekend, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 6:30 p.m. CST. So again, everybody that's pitching tonight, first off, good luck. Second off, you have free tickets to the event, which is awesome. And then everybody else that's not pitching, 15% off with code FL. So it will be awesome, and I cannot wait to see a lot of the startups pitch tonight, as well as hopefully next weekend. Anything else you need to know about me? Follow my Instagram or my Twitter. I talk about startups, puppies, dad jokes, and food and wine pretty much. It's at Phil's Hungry. And for Clubhouse, same thing, at Phil's Hungry. Host some awesome rooms. Great founders always pop in and shed some light. So yeah, happy to be here today. Hopefully see you guys soon, and keep rocking out. Keep the good faith, and good luck tonight with the startup pitches.
Thanks, Phil. We're so excited you were here with us. We know you have a crazy busy schedule, but thanks for making some time to wish our founders good luck tonight. Any tips of wisdom for these guys before they pitch? They only get 99 seconds, as you know. So any final tips for these guys before they're up on deck here for us, Phil?
Yeah, I would say be super confident, be concise, make your messaging powerful and impactful. And I know it's only 90 seconds, but even like short pauses like that one is very impactful. So something like that, and then end with a bang. So give your ask at the end and make it super powerful. Get them interested. The first 5 to 7 seconds, you got to hook them. So whatever that is, you got to hook them to make sure they listen for the rest of that minute. That's what I would leave you with.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. We appreciate you being here. We know how crazy busy it's been for you. Before we move on, we want to talk about some of the people that make these events possible. So each of the founders pitching tonight will receive prizes. So not only the winner, but each of the founders. So the winning founder will walk away tonight with approximately $15,000 in prizes. Our runners-up will be walking away with almost $5,000 in prizes each, thanks to the help and support of a lot of these sponsors that are here to support our community in Minneapolis. So we want to post up some of these folks, some of our very large sponsors. If you were here in person, so we feel bad for those of you that aren't yet with us here live. Next time you need to be here, we'll actually show you a view of our live studio audience so you can see how much fun all of them are having. But for those of you remotely, Grey Duck, locally owned and operated here in Minnesota, partnership with the Minnesota Twins is one of our sponsors for Minneapolis Founders Live. We have Charlie's on Pryor, who has been a sponsor from the very beginning. So Charlie's on Pryor is here supporting us. So we hope this summer, if you're in Minnesota, you're out on the lake, you are supporting Charlie's on Pryor as they support Minnesota startups and our community. We also have Brevity. You're going to hear from Brevity soon, but they helped coach each and every one of these startups that are here tonight. We have Red Rex, which is the platform that some of you are viewing this on. City Girl Coffee, Generator, which is one of the incubators, Global Minnesota, which you'll be hearing from Mark Ritchie, the former Secretary of State for the state of Minnesota, and now the president of Global Minnesota, tuning in from their gala tonight. Jayton, who runs the Twin City Film Festival, they support and sponsor, as well as Burning Brothers, who is tuning in later this evening. They'll be giving us tips on our summer drink specials and what we should be looking out for summer drinks as we move forward through this summer in Minnesota and other places. But what I'd like to do now is move on to the sponsor that gives us the space that we are able to host our live audience. So we are going to move on to North House, and we're going to bring up one of the North House members now to be able to talk to you about how beautiful this space is and the opportunity to be a part of this space inside of North House. So I would like to bring to the stage now Jake. Jake is one of the members of North House, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about if you are a member of North House. Some of you may have seen the behind me right now when I'm backstage. You're seeing some of those folks enjoying golfing even at night. You'd have the opportunity to do that, but let's have Jake talk a little bit about what else North House is about and some of the events that North House is about and some of the things that they are having as events live here at North House. So hopefully we have Jake at front of house. Hopefully we have Jake. This is the fun part about running a live TV. Hopefully we have a Jake. Oh, I think we're getting a Jake. I hear a microphone turned on. So that hopefully means there's a Jake coming to this. There he is. You guys are going to see Jake firsthand. So Jake's going to talk to you about what it means to be a member of North House.
All right. Am I on?
You are on, Jake.
Hello, everybody. All right. Thanks, Calvin. Hello, everyone online, and thanks for everyone that made it here live tonight at the North House. Just going to give you a minute or two and tell you a little bit about what the North House is who its members are, and how we host events like this. So the North House was initiated or founded really just before the Super Bowl in 2017. I don't know if everybody remembers that. We did have a Super Bowl here. It was like 30 below that day. But this space hosted a live poker tournament, charity tournament for Super Bowl week, and they raised $1.8 million for places like Children's Masonic Hospital and other charities and foundations. So that's the basis of the North House. It's to give back to the community. It's a place for some of us to gather, both in terms of business and have fun. As you here live have probably seen the two golf simulators back there and the shooting simulator. We have a nice bar and some other entertainment. We do some live music once in a while, which will happen tonight. So if you locally or if you're in town visiting, please stop by. If you want more information, Brett Buckingham is the manager. He's back there for you, those of you who are here live. Speak with him if you have an interest in hosting an event or a fundraiser here. Oh, Jen's back. And thanks everyone for being here, and talk to Brett or I if you'd like to learn more. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jake. We are back. So Matt, there we go. We're back. Now, I'm in a new location. So we moved up to the front of house so we can enjoy this live audience, our judges, and our amazing founders that we're going to bring up shortly. But before we get to those founders, what we want to do is we got a special guest in person. I mentioned some of these sponsors that we have, and a lot of them are online, but we got the treat that one of these individuals showed up in person that we'll get to talk to her shortly about some of the things they're doing here locally in the Twin Cities, women in particular. What you will see also from our judging panel when I introduce our judges, we have one very brave male in our judging panel, but the rest of our experts are very proud to say are very, very amazing female entrepreneurs and folks in our community. So we are very excited. Dave, you are so brave to be here with these ladies. I was going to Mark golf course. Can we pan Matt back to the golf course where Mark on the golf course right now, because when he heard it was all the ladies and then Dave was here, he was going to be on the golf course. So we are very proud you are here today. And I heard Dave came all the way to be with us. He actually came all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico, flew in, barely made it, had some challenges, but he's here with us today. But for right now, let's bring up one of the supporters, as I mentioned, of a Minneapolis. One of the instrumental people that I would tell you, if you are in Minneapolis and you need to make connections, she is one of the women that has introduced me to the people that are some of the most women in my life. So Katie Burke, she is the executive director of Team Women Empower. Yep, she's coming up here. You're coming all the way up here, all the way up here, all the way over here so they can see you. They're going to see you right here. Why don't you tell us what you want to say to the founders tonight? Just a little bit about what you're working on.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Well, first of all, it's a privilege and a joy to be with all of you here today. So many of my friends that I've met through Team Women, and I'm so excited to meet these founders. I've already had the best conversations. There's something so electric about entrepreneurs. It's that adrenaline rush coming from a long line of entrepreneurs myself. And being an entrepreneur, I appreciate the perseverance, the grit, the passion, the determination that each of you have, and to be here tonight and participate in this extraordinary experience by another founder, Jen, bringing Red Rex to the platform is just really thrilling. Team Women is a nonprofit that I lead, and we provide professional development and mentoring for professional women and also girls. Our goal is to make an impact and support as many women leaders as we can. And we do that through a variety of ways. And as we know, entrepreneurs, a lot of us are self-taught, right? So the professional development is a key component, and also mentoring. So if you are seeking just even fundraising too, that's hard. I've raised private equity, gotten traditional bank financing. There's a lot of skills that you need to brush up on. So professional development is what we provide through Team Women, and we're happy to be here to support Jen and all of our friends here tonight. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here in person. So you need to know her. If you don't know her, first of all, you need to get involved with Team Women or Empower. If you have young women out there, Empower is your ticket. So they do programs for young women to teach them life skills that many people don't get to learn early enough in life. So they're an amazing organization. So we want to highlight that. Next, I know you're all getting super excited to see our founders, and I can see them getting excited to do their pitches. But there is one person that is instrumental in getting these founders ready to pitch today, and they're 99 seconds. So all of you watching out there, think about this. If you had 99 seconds and you were in that elevator ride, what is the story you would tell, and what would you say to people to get them to buy into what you're working on? And this is what Kelvin does every day, and the team at Brevity. So we mentioned Brevity as one of our sponsors, but I want to bring up Kelvin, one of the founders of Brevity, and give us his 99-second pitch on how this actually works with these founders. And you're going to tell me who's going to win, right? No. Oh.
Winner's going to be, how you guys doing? I'm Kelvin. I'm the CEO, co-founder of Brevity. Got my great partner here, Chelsea, with me, a few supporters in the crowd. Oh, can you guys see me? Oh, perfect. The entrepreneurs you guys are going to see today are absolutely awesome. The courage, the vulnerability to get up here is not easy. Our job is to really help people communicate clearly and concisely. So I'm confident that these entrepreneurs here today are going to be able to articulate their core statements of value in the 99-second framework with a lot of soul. So I can't predict the winner. I think they're all amazing. And thank you guys for coming out.
All right. Thanks, Kelvin. Well, we're getting close. It is just about that time. But who we haven't introduced yet that you all need to meet is our esteemed panel of judges that are here with us and our experts. So we need to put them on the hot seat for their 99 seconds of what they're doing. So you're seeing our live, and everyone's hiding right now. So you're seeing our live studio audience. I warned them. I said, at any time, you may end up on camera. So just be forewarned that we could do this. So I'm going to hand them mics. So we're going to give one to this crew, and you guys can turn it on. And we're going to hand one to this crew. And I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves. We'll start with Alyssa over here. But here's something cool, I think. So I'm going to tell you this just from my perspective. So I've been a female in tech my entire life. And I'm used to walking into rooms where no one looks like me, and it doesn't feel like me. And I feel like everyone's different than me. And so this is really fun for me for one time. Sorry, Dave, but I know you can handle it. I know you got this, right? I know you can relate to this now tonight. But he's so brave to be here, right? With all of these fierce females that are here to help us help these founders that we're going to promote for Minneapolis. So we'll start with Alyssa, and each of these females was selected, handpicked, selected to judge tonight based on the amazing things they've done to give back not only to the entrepreneur community and to businesses, but for how they support other people and they lift up others in the community. So that's why everyone is here today, is because they're one of those folks. One of the principles of Founders Live, if you've never attended a Founders Live event, one of our principles is open doors and no name tags. It means that basically we're all in this together, right? So we don't put our name tag and say, I'm super important because of this. We're all here to support each other. And the next thing we do is we open doors. And if we've had success, we give back to the others who need that support and that help. And that's what we're doing tonight. So I thank each of the four of you for being here with us, giving of your time, because I know you were in Albuquerque. Each one of you has family vacations and businesses to run. So we appreciate that you gave that up for the night to be here with us and all of our viewers. But we'll start with Alyssa. Alyssa, can you tell us a little bit about your journey and some of the things you've done so they know who you are? I know 99 seconds, it's hard.
We each get 99?
You each get 99 seconds.
Oh, I feel like
And
Dave
Matt will
should
put
go
the timer.
first.
Matt,
Dave should be on the hot
throw
seat
the
first.
30-second timer up when she's done so she knows what it feels like
Yes, of
before she
course.
judges our founders. Let's be real here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. My name is Alyssa Henriksen. I am founder and co-president of Gray Search and Strategy. We're an executive recruiting and recruiting consulting company based in Minnetonka. We've been in business for over 13 years, sold our first business, ended up having a couple kids, and started our second business. And we primarily work with companies headquartered in the Midwest, but they have facilities all over the United States, and we fill mid to executive level positions. So just actually closed up a pretty big job where we pulled this gentleman from Harley into a CEO role with one of our big clients. So it was pretty exciting. But yes, it was a big, long search. But no, proud to be here, excited to hear these pitches, and Gray Search is heavily involved in the community. We are big into giving back. We support a lot of the women in business events that go on here in Minnesota and Minneapolis, including Team Women. We're big supporters of Team Women. You have to get to know them. Also, we sponsor the main sponsors of all the women in business events through the Minnesota State Chamber. So I think I am done a little early, actually. Yay! Anyway, here you go. I get to pass it on.
Jean Necker, it's exciting to be here. So my journey is finance, profit and loss, product, and technology. I'm a vice president at United Health Group leading digital and AI. And much of that job is partnering and supporting startups. So happy to be here and excited about everyone's pitches.
Was incredible. You're done. It's already time. Now we're going to move over here. You two look like trouble, though. Let me just tell you.
We'll just take the extra time that they didn't want to use.
I figured.
We'll burn it up.
Yeah. So my name is Bonnie Spear McGrath. I'm so happy to be here. Just from being here tonight, my 22-year-old son says, "Oh, you're hanging out with Jen? Oh, Mom, your cool factor is definitely going up." So thank you, Jen, for that. I was raised in Davenport, Iowa by two entrepreneurs. So I always say I had no option but to become an entrepreneur. And I am also a people connoisseur. So there's nothing I like better in life than to meet people. You know, some people collect wine. I just feel like I collect amazing people all over the world. And founders have such incredible energy and ideas that it's really going to be fun to be here. My latest gig, which I'm super excited about, I'm the chair of an organization called Tiger 21. And no, it's not a dance club, but it could be. Tiger 21 is for a peer group for people with significant wealth. And it's been around for 21 years, but it's never been in the Twin Cities before. So I was tapped to be the founding chair and launch it here. And I was in training with the fourth chair in Detroit, you know, who said, "I feel so sorry for you, Bonnie, being the founding chair in Minneapolis." I'm like, I would never take the fourth chair in Detroit. You know, no possible way. And I'm very, very excited to be sitting next to Dave, who I just met last week. I had no idea when Jen told me I was going to sit next to Dave, the troublemaker, that it was the Dave I knew. So I'm honored to be here and so excited to hear these stories. So thanks for including me.
Thank you, Bonnie. Why am I always labeled the troublemaker?
Love it.
I do, because I am. I'm Dave McElroy, and I come from an entrepreneurial background as well. Both my parents owned businesses I was growing up, so I grew up in that entrepreneurial world. And after I got out of college and wore the suit for a little bit, I realized that I had to be my own man and an entrepreneur as well. And so I built and sold 4 businesses along the way, and here in the Twin Cities area. And then I felt myself being moved back to music, and that's how most of you know me as country music artist, Dave McElroy. And I've got 6 top 40 singles. I've got a show we're about to launch on the Sportsman's Channel, a hunting and fishing show that first episode is this Saturday, the 28th of this month. And we are in talks on a reality show right now as well. So a lot of fun things happening, and I am super duper excited to hear what these entrepreneurs have to share tonight. I just love it. I love that entrepreneurial spirit so much. It takes so much bravery, it courage to 10th level. Say, you know what? I got this great thing. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to do it right. And it's awesome. So that's really great. And I'm very happy that you said, when you said you're a collector of people, and then you said, I'm a collector of, and I'm like, please don't say souls. Please don't say souls.
Yours is next, Dave. She's collecting.
No, Bonnie,
So
you're the
don't
best.
worry, you're just sitting next to her. She's already taken it. It's fine. But you didn't mention 612 Talk.
Oh man, 612. How can I forget that, Jen? 612 Talk is Jennifer and my podcast. Yep, we launched it just recently, and we're in the middle of interviewing some amazing people, and that will be launching worldwide soon. Jennifer, forgive me, mea culpa, mea culpa. Yes.
See, we try. But enough about all of these folks. They're amazing human beings. So thank you, Dave. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Jean and Alyssa, for being here and giving of their time and wisdom. And I encourage all of our founders, all of the folks in the room here and afterwards, connect with these humans. They are truly amazing people, and they're people you want to know in your careers as you are working on your projects. If you're not an entrepreneur yet, but you're thinking about it, we encourage you tonight to take that leap and say, could I maybe do this? I think all of these founders were there at one point, but we are about ready to bring them to the stage. So what I want to remind our studio audience and everyone here is, besides our expert panelists and judges, you watching tonight have the opportunity. Founder that you think gave you the best pitch, they get 99 seconds. So it's really about how succinct can they sell you on their business, this pitch, and the buzz this founder generates with you about what they're doing right now. Our judges will get 4 minutes of Q&A after each 99-second pitch, and you guys have the opportunity to vote. Those of you watching live, you're going to have a chance to vote. We will give you a URL, but we'll also give you a QR code. For those of you that know how, so you hold your phone up, be able to get the QR code and vote. It's going to be super simple. Now, are we ready to bring our first founder? So I'm super excited to bring to the stage our first founder. So we're going to get her. I'm going to give her my mic. So I will put Beth up here. So you're going to see Beth. And Beth is the co-founder of Busy Baby. Busy Baby was seen on Shark Tank from Minnesota here, along with her brother. So they are local. That is the cool part about all the founders you're going to see tonight. They have Minnesota roots and connections, which is really cool and we're proud of. So Beth, are you ready? You're ready. Let's do this. Slides are good. All right. We're going to give it over to Beth. Matt, don't start her yet because I'm not taking a second of her time. But all right, Beth. Here you go.
All right, thank you. All right, hi everybody. I am Beth Thimbo, and I am the CEO and founder of Busy Baby. Are these up where people can see them? Okay, sorry. I invented a solution to a problem every single new parent faces. Babies drop and throw literally everything that is in front of them. And while that's kind of annoying at home, think about the germs when you're out in public. I invented the Busy Baby placemat and tether system. It is a patented product. It suctions to surfaces, and it has a tether system that allows you to attach baby's favorite toys to the placemat so they always stay within arm's reach, keeping baby busy, happy, and safer from germs. We also have the Busy Baby teething spoon, which is a 2-in-1 product. It's a teether, and you can hook up to the mat so you don't have to deal with the spoon splatter when baby is trying to be independent and feed themselves. And our latest product, the Busy Baby bottle bungee, is keeping those bottles and sippy cups off the floor. So Busy Baby products were made by real parents for solving real parent problems, because we've been there and we've done that. And the reviews are amazing and people love our stuff. So I invented this product in 2018 after my first son was born and went around the country from expo to expo trying to get some market validation. As you can see from our chart, 2020, I amped things up and had 900% growth. This year, we're on track for another 700% growth in gross revenue. So now, as a 7-figure e-commerce company, we're looking at what's next. Let's get into big box retail. Let's go international, because this is a problem literally every parent faces. We got the fix right here. That's all I got. What are your questions?
So you're going international. That's what's next. So what's your plan of attack with that? How are you going to approach that? Because that's a big task.
It is a big task. So the first thing that we've done to tackle international is actually on the IP side. So we've got our patent in China, we've got trademark in China, and then we have applications for trademark in about 9 other countries. So that's step 1. Step 2 is we've started actually talking to people at bigger companies like Tomy that are already international, that we can maybe find some even mentoring there.
And what's the bread and butter product?
The bread and butter has been the Busy Baby mat, the original size mat. That was the hero product that I came up with first. We've also just launched the mini mat, which is a smaller version that fits a lot of travel trays. We sold out of the first 1,000 units in 10 days. We have another 6,000 coming in, hopefully tomorrow, that already have a lot of pre-orders out on. Hopefully they'll last us a month.
That's of the travel size?
The travel size,
That's
correct.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that bottle bungee is a big winner, because you can use that not only on the placemats, but also around the strollers, when you're out for a walk, the car seat handles. It can attach to pretty much anything.
I was wondering what your marketing strategy is. So how do you get the word out about the product?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, the first year I kind of just went from expo to expo across the country, getting in front of people. 2020, that all kind of went downhill because there was no more expos, there was no more travel. So we shifted our entire marketing budget into Facebook ads, social media ads, and that's obviously saw huge growth. Since then, we're now expanding into some YouTube, TikTok, email marketing, SMS marketing, messenger marketing. It's a pretty robust plan. At the moment, we're kind of throwing all of the spaghetti against the wall to see what kind of sticks, and then tune that in a little bit more for Q4. The troublemakers are coming now.
Thank you, Dave. I was wondering if you could be in any big box retail store, which one would it be and why?
I mean, the favorite of pretty much every mom out there is right here in Minneapolis, so Target, of course. And I did actually have the opportunity last fall to go through Target's accelerator program, so I've already kind of started that process from them. I've gotten to learn the backside of how that works. At the time I went through the accelerator, I had one product, and now we're a brand with 6 products. So we're looking at revisiting conversations with Target very soon.
Excellent. I'm sure there's lots of good context in this room, for you. The other, I'm just saying, the other question I had is, you don't always get to work with family, in a business. So how has it been? What's been the upside and the downside of working with your brother?
Okay, so I'm already crying. Because
there's no downside. That's why you're going to say there's no downside.
No, there seriously are downsides because we love each other so much. So when we grew up, we were both in the military, and we grew up in different career paths. And so I was always kind of on my own, and where he was always in team structures. And so working together is actually a little harder than we thought because we get along so well, we love each other, but we have different ways of operating. And so the hardest part has been just learning how to have those hard conversations. And the best part is literally everything else.
Cool. I get that. I grew up in a family business, and in all the businesses that I had with my wife was involved in, and our strengths are very different. And so they complemented each other, and we just had to learn to work within those. I was thinking doo-doos, and she was going, okay, control. And so and we complement each other in that way. My question is more about product costs. I know that it sounds like your marketing plan is working really well. You saw a massive spike. I think you did 2.6 million. Is that correct in 20? So that's huge. That's great. Sustaining that right now in 21. That's awesome. Product costs on your larger, your original, and your smaller. Is that going to be an issue as you go international, as you make that move to international? How does that affect? Because now you've got shipping costs involved, you've got distribution channels you've got to be involved with, and how do you handle that? Or are you going to try and do that through social media as well and targeting those countries first, and then moving into large box like we are here?
We've started looking at international based on the interest we already have from distributors in other countries reaching out to us. We don't know what we don't know. And so honestly, one of my biggest things is always looking for mentors of people who have been down the path before that I can look to for help. So that's where we're at. We've got countries interested, we've got distribution, people interested, but we don't know what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong. So, the next steps are to look for the right people to help us down that path.
Right on. That's awesome. Good job. Nice energy.
Awesome job. All right. It's going to be, it is going to be tough tonight. You saw our first founder come up. Yep. All right. We're getting feedback from the audience on the side. So it's loud on the platform. So we're going to see if we can take down the volume for that. So what I want to do next is bring up our next founder. So again, our next founder that you're going to see is from Foley Coffee. So we are excited to have here with us. I'm going to actually, the funny part is what happens is this computer doesn't like the camera right now. So I'm just going to tell you that. So you're going to stand here, or you can stand in front of the judges. Oh, I figured you would. I looked like you were raring to go. So Matt, are you ready? So we're going to bring up Foley Coffee next, and we're going to have him pitch 99 seconds. And as I figured, Dave was our troublemaker. The clock went to 0 and he asked his question, but we will be good about this again. I know. It's how it goes. It's live TV, dude.
Now, I
Live
think the people at home would like to see his face for just a couple seconds. So maybe he can introduce himself and then move himself out front with us.
Yeah, no, it's.
Oh my God! Can you get down on your knees, please? Rob, can you get down on your knees so the camera can see you?
Yeah. What is going on right now? All right, tell me when the go time is. Hey, my name is Rob Baith, founder of Folly Coffee Roasters, and I know, I get it, I'm at a business pitch, and I'm pitching a coffee company, but hear me out. So prior to Folly Coffee, pretentiousness pushes away specialty coffee drinkers that might be interested in that category. The existing branding was only appealing to the existing drinker. And what does this do to the potentially interested person? Get a little bit of that as you walk out of the coffee shop. So, a little bit about Folly Coffee. Our head roaster is a top 15 national coffee taster in the country. Our coffee have received awards, including top 15 coffee in the country by Good Food Awards, and most recently named best online coffee retailer in Minnesota by Corporate Vision magazine. What's my next note? Our approachable branding attracts coffee drinkers away from large chain coffee. On one Amazon review, Fran says the flavor is profound and delicious. I lived in Italy for 3 years, and these beans are my favorite. From our direct online shop, I'm not saying I'm some highfalutin coffee drinker, but this is the best coffee I have ever tasted. We are poised for explosive growth in the back half of 2021. We are going to double our retail distribution with confirmed commitments and more than double our cafe restaurant wholesale volume all in the next 3 months without a brick and mortar shop. So if you want to up your coffee game, head to follycoffee.com or at follycoffee and you'll do just that. Thank you.
Not have a coffee shop.
That is correct. We're a wholesale roaster only.
Wholesale roaster only. Okay. And you said you're talking about your growth. Tell me about your growth over the last 3 years.
Yes. So in year one, our primary focus was grocery stores, where we reached about, I should say, year two was cafe and restaurant focused. So we've grown 100% year over year in our first 3 years, including COVID, which was kind of dope because 70% of our business disappeared when COVID hit. And we shifted our focus online and we're able to grow our online sales over 600% in 2020.
Fantastic. Now with everything popping back up, were you able to maintain your original base as you started to grow into restaurants and now on online? Were you able to maintain them all? Because if you have,
yeah, so
it's huge.
Now we have a new foundation for the online business, and now with everything opening back up, our cafe wholesale restaurant business has returned, and we have a lot of new customers we're onboarding in the next 3 months.
There's nothing more that I love than coffee, so I cannot wait. Folly Coffee. How did you come up with the name Folly Coffee?
So the name Folly Coffee comes from when James J. Hill was building the Stone Arch Bridge in Minneapolis. Everybody thought it was a terrible idea, so they called it Hill's Folly. It wasn't until the bridge was completed that they said, this is actually a really great idea. Also, the word means a sense of foolishness. If you get to know me, you'll understand that fits the brand pretty correctly. And if you look on our branding, which is no longer up there, you'll see hidden, his mouth is actually an outline of the Stone Arch Bridge as a shout out that we're proud to be from Minnesota.
Thank you.
What are the key components to your scale plan?
So the key components to the scale plan as we grow is to how to cut costs of production. But the great thing is the facility we roast in is actually a shared facility that has roasters that are far beyond what we currently roast. And so our ability to scale is like
I think 8 times what we're currently producing. We're only roasting 1 day a week right now with all of our customers we have. So there's a lot of upside to being able to produce and scale.
I thought you kept it on. That follows my question. What is a big challenge you're facing right now? And you kind of mentioned a little bit about that, but are there any other challenges in addition to that?
Yeah, the big challenge for us is that we are locally owned and operated. It's literally me and Jeff. All of our growth at this point has been word of mouth and hitting the streets. This is the first time last month we spent anything on digital advertising, and we're a bootstrapped, self-funded business. And so our biggest challenge is as you scale, everybody in here probably knows about cash flow. I didn't really know about cash flow until about 3 months ago, and so I'm kind of learning that on the fly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I knew about it in theory. Like, I read about it.
So you've been given some really good feedback. My last question is, the question is, your coffee is better than what other coffee companies out there? Because I also drink a lot of coffee, a lot.
If I were to say our coffee is better than blank,
yeah,
you can put our coffees on the table with any roaster across the country. I promise you that. The coffees we are roasting and sourcing, especially, it's not up there anymore. There's a product we're launching in November where we're going to be the best coffee on the shelf at any retailer that carries it. And that's straight up just from a coffee scoring level going to be a guarantee that I say, and that's why we're launching it.
All right, cool. No.
You can go to follycoffee.com to buy it. It's available at Lunds and Byerly's. It's available at Kowalski's, a lot of other local retailers.
Cool.
We're launching at another local retailer that I can't talk about yet, apparently, because some contract. We just got picked up by Whole Foods last week. Woo.
All right. Now I have to readjust the camera to be a Smurf size again. Okay, good. I'm back in camera. All right, we are here. So that is 2 of our 5 founders. Let's remember, everyone. So all of you watching out there that aren't in the room, all of these companies are based here in Minneapolis. This is why we do this event. There are so many amazing companies and founders you have never heard of that we need you to know their names, and you need to start making sure that all of us are supporting these companies and businesses that are here and local. And for those of you, I mean, like, we just saw these amazing organizations. So we have the next one, and you're going to see another one that is absolutely amazing, of these amazing companies. So don't go anywhere. This is not time to go get your potty break. You need to stay and watch the entire show tonight because we have these amazing companies. So next coming to the stage is a founder that the name of her company is iFree, right? Did I do that right, Tashi? iFree. And she did this to give a voice to people that don't normally always get that voice. So she is free. So Tashi, come to the stage. We want to talk about what you're doing and the amazing business that you're building, iFree. So we welcome to the stage Tashi next as one of our founders from here in Minnesota.
Hey, everybody. So guess what? I am going, my name is Tashi George, by the way. I am going to wait until my slides come up. There you go. So we're going to do a little before, that's not the first slide, but you know what, we'll make it work, right? Improvise. So the clock starts now, I got a little extra 10 seconds. So by the show of hands, I want to know how many of you have ever been to Africa? Okay. How many had African food before? Good. How about any materials? Have you ever worn any African dresses, anything like that? Well, you know what? The sad thing about it, because not everyone put their hands up, there's about 140 million people living outside of the continent that don't have access or are aware of what Africa has to offer. So you know what? I came up with some solutions that I think that could forecast the African continent and what we have to offer. Slide 3. So we have 4 lines of businesses that we offer at AFRI. We're a life solution company, and our first line of business is AFRI Mart. AFRI Mart is an e-commerce gateway that connects vendors in Africa and food producers to the diaspora market. What is the diaspora? Anybody living outside of the African continent. So you go on our website, you purchase, we ship it, you buy it on the side. Our next line of business is a payment gateway called AFRI Pay. What that does is creates awareness and transparency for loved ones living in the diaspora while supporting their loved ones on the continent. The next thing we have, we're all about empowering young women to become entrepreneurs. That's our nonprofit called AFRI Thrive. So whoops, let's go girls. But my favorite, if I had a favorite child, it would be AFRI Tour. AFRI Tour is our digital online directory, right? So I've traveled to Africa many times, and honestly, we don't have one-stop shops for where we can find anything related to tourism in Africa. So speaking about my favorite child, let's just talk about Ghana. I'm sure everybody knows Ghana. Ghana has over 3,000 hotels. Now, if I targeted only 10% of those hotels, I bring in over $20,000 a month in revenue. So I like money, and I think my favorite child will bring me money. So speaking of money, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, there are products and softwares and things and solutions that we have to offer, but unfortunately, we need more funding, and that's why I'm here. Our brands are able to offer our users, especially those in AFRI Tour, a one-stop shop, global presence. They get a landing page on our website. They get to advertise through our website. We do social media marketing for them, content creation, and many, many much more. So the goal of AFRI is to really push our vision and mission. Our mission is to provide stability to people's sons and daughters of the soil. But most importantly, we want to change the mindset for prosperity in Africa. So at the end of the day, I would like to say thank you for having me, and we are here to change the mindset together.
Thank you so much. This is pretty fantastic. So your website is up and live?
Yes, it is.
Where are you finding most of the traffic going to today? Which one of those?
Well, the traffic is actually going more to AFRI Tour. So where we are right now, we're in the customer acquisition stage. So one thing I didn't mention in my pitch purposely is the fact that most of our team is located on the continent. We want to encourage young women and men to basically contribute to their own success as well as our success. But we find it very important to have people that are on the soil that have a pulse on what our business represents. So we're acquiring customers and loading them up to the site. Yes, the AFRI Tour site is live, but we don't want to broadcast or market in the bigger for users simply because it's more smarter to have actual customers on there. So
I was wondering if you could highlight a few of your favorite products then.
my favorite products, well, honestly, my favorite, I don't want to keep talking about the tourism thing, but the reality of it is with the African free continental trade happening this last year and tourism is going to open up again. We will get past COVID. Look at you guys. Isn't it nice to see everybody? People are traveling, and I love to travel. It's my personal hobby. I do, and I love food. If I had to choose a second favorite, it would be AFRI Mart, because I will say there's a lot of history to this business. I started out as a grocery store online, an African grocery store online. But in doing my research, I realized that most of our food products that we sold were not either made in Africa or grown in Africa. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we need to own our own. So I took it upon myself to make a way to showcase my brothers and sisters back home and give them an opportunity that they probably would have never had. Not to mention, we also have our own product as well. We have an alcoholic ginger beer and a non-alcoholic ginger beer that's coming out pretty soon. So yeah, I just wanted to give them my opportunity.
Thank you, Dave. We're a good team. So Tashi, thank you for talking to us about this. Can you tell me a little bit more about your background and how you were inspired to start this business?
Oh, that's a Great question. Well, my name is Tashi George again. I was born in Liberia, Monrovia, Liberia, West Africa, but I grew up in White Plains, New York. I migrated to Minnesota a long time ago when I graduated high school, and as you know, Minnesota hosts the largest population of Liberians in the entire country. So I had a lot of family here. But the reason why I honestly started my business, my father died during the Ebola crisis. And when my father died during the Ebola crisis, I had to take care of my younger brother, who is now living in Liberia. So he was always asking me, oh, hey, I need food money. So like I'll go to Western Union and send food money. And then I look on Facebook, he's like posting and new clothes and stuff. So I was like, so my friend Carmen and I was on the couch at my house, and I said, hey, how can I get him the food instead of sending the money? So then I just figured out, hey, maybe I should just create a website where I'm sure everybody else, there's a lot of people that think like I think, and this is it.
That's pretty cool. Most products are born out of necessity. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. I think you asked, about do any of you have clothing that's come over from Africa and whatnot, dresses and whatnot. Obviously, I couldn't relate, or not that I'm willing to talk about openly right now. Okay, but the colors are beautiful and they're vibrant. So that's, for me, I think that would be amazing, because I think there's like some of the clothing I've seen is so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, and it's so expressive. But for me, what interested me the most was the last segment you had, the last group of your company, which is empowering young people to embrace entrepreneurship, to embrace those kinds of things. My question is, what part of that are you using? How are you doing that? How are you growing this entrepreneurial spirit back in Liberia, back home, to help grow that desire in young people to go out there and exceed?
That is an amazing question, and I'm glad you asked me that. So besides our team members being in Africa and just trying to empower and give jobs to people there, I had got some very exciting news last week. I was able to sign an MOU with the organization called Mercy Corp. They are sponsored by the French government in Liberia. So what's going to happen is they are going to give 50 of our girls in Liberia between the ages of 17 to 29 an opportunity to go through their business incubator. We will then help them write their business plan. And then after that, they will go through a 6 months growth process where we will do reporting, and then they get seed funding to start their business. And actually, I asked for 50, so I was given 60, which I'm super excited about. So we actually get to put 60 new businesses in the Liberian economy this year. So I'm sorry? Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, listen. Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, you can. Ask me anything you want. You want to buy what? Uh-huh. 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 You sure can. You sure can. Okay. I have business cards, and I'll make sure I give them to you. So like I said, this is one thing. People that know me call me the connector. If I don't know somebody, I know someone that knows somebody. So thank you.
All right, Dave, again, like if we had penalties, you're on your second. Like one more and I have to throw you out of the game, dude. Like, Bonnie, I put you there for a reason. Like, monitor. I know. Oh, geez. 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, I know. It's okay. It's all good because Joey's excited. So the next thing we have, so 3 amazing companies. Kelvin, why did you not tell me who was going to win? I see why. It's too hard. He just said it's too hard. So 2 more to go. Like your votes, like you guys, seriously, think about these votes hard. Like this is life and death right now. So Joey is coming up. So Joey, we are going to have Joey from Jogo, and I'm super excited. You are on founder number 4 of 5. So pay attention here. We have had amazing founders tonight. Dave, 2 of 3 penalties. I'm just saying. Warning. Warning. I know. Warning. All right, Joey, take it away.
Thanks for having me. Do I get a countdown or? No, you're good. Oh, okay. All right. Hey guys, my name is Joey and I am the co-founder of Jogo Straw. Every year, 1.5 million trees are cut down to make paper coffee filters. And in that same time frame, billions of plastic K-cups are used and thrown in landfills. That's more than enough to circle the globe 10 times. Well, conventional coffee brewing methods are not only wasteful, but they're often bulky, time-consuming, and just frankly a hassle. Well, I'd like to introduce you to your new little friend. This is Jogo, a simple and durable tool that allows you to brew and drink your coffee all in the same mug. It's highly portable, zero waste, flavorful, teeth-friendly, and easy to clean. To make one, simply drop in a scoop of your favorite coffee grounds into your mug, add hot water, stir with your Jogo, and enjoy. Jogo not only is great to make a robust cup of coffee, but you can also use it for loose leaf teas, fresh juice with seeds, or that 5 p.m. summer mojito. We launched Jogo on Kickstarter in April, and in 30 days, step out here, and in 30 days, we raised nearly $400,000 in pre-order sales from coffee lovers around the world. And we were the 3rd most backed coffee Kickstarter of all time. Jogo is currently available on Indiegogo, and you can follow our adventure on social media at Jogo Straw. So in conclusion, we reached our last straw, the last straw that you'll ever need.
I'm going. Nice to meet you. So, what are you looking for from us today? Sounds like you've got great success. I didn't hear what you needed from us.
Just to have a good time meeting you guys and maybe share some drinks later.
Wow. Well, you totally came to the right place for that. I think I'm thinking I hear the coffee theme here. I think you're going to have to partner with Folly later, to see how that goes.
Yeah, no kidding.
But how did you come up with this idea, Joey? I know you like to ride motorcycles, and I know there's some other things, but how'd you come up with this?
So back in 2016, I took a motorcycle trip from Minnesota down to Patagonia. And on that trip, I fell in love with the popular loose leaf tea mate, which is consumed through a straw with holes on the bottom called a bombilla. And flash forward, I was leading a canoe trip back in Minnesota with my friend and co-founder, Nikki Haley. And, we were tired of the usual methods of drinking coffee, especially in the wild. And so we had this idea, could we use this bombilla for drinking coffee? And we gave it a shot. And it didn't work very well with the coffee grounds because it filled our mouths up with grounds and it would get clogged. But yeah, we had our sort of aha moment. Could we design a bombilla? Could we designed this technology with something that would work with coffee. And so that was back in 2018. And so it's been a long process since then. We've gone through over 9 prototypes now. And so we found something that works well with coffee. It doesn't get clogged. It's easy to clean and it looks pretty cool in our opinion as well.
When you think, what are your next steps then?
So we are currently on Indiegogo. We plan to fulfill this fall and move straight into Amazon, as well as selling D2C at our website and finding a few specialty retailers. But we plan to move more into retail next year.
So I've spent some time in the Patagonia as well, very familiar with that. I'm blown away. So any coffee ground, does it have to be ground a certain way to put into your cup?
So it works best. We recommend coarse grind, but it also
Okay.
works with grinds and the medium ranches as well.
Okay, because I'm a coffee snob. And then when I hike, I always wish I could have my favorite coffee with me to put into my cup. Other than the hot water, of course, I can't necessarily always promise that. But where do you see this playing the most? Like, who are you going to attract? What's your market strategy when you think about going forward? I mean, I envision like the hiker out on the mountain wanting to have the best cup of coffee after they get up to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's always been sort of our target market, where we imagine this product working best. However, especially with its portability and ease and convenience, but since launching our Kickstarter, we've been pleasantly surprised by people who are just urban commuters in the city who want a quick cup of Joe on the go,
Yep.
Jogo, and so yeah, that as well as coffee fanatics from around the world. I've been really excited just to try this because it's a really unique style to drink your coffee, because you get to experience the full journey of the flavor journey of your beans in your mug.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our target market, but we are learning that it's much wider than we thought.
And what's the price?
So our estimated retail price right now is $30, but that's not finalized yet.
Okay, so you're working that down a little bit?
We'll see.
Not so. It's awesome. No, it's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Joey. Dave, you see how Alyssa did that? Like, she saw the timer, she saw it was going down to 1, she wrapped it up. Like, I'm just saying, we love you, but she saw the timer and knew it was going to 1, and she wrapped it up. But just saying, I know. We love you. We love you.
We don't see things. We don't
I
see
know.
signs that are
I
there for
know.
years.
This is
I
why.
didn't even know the timer was up there until Bonnie pointed it out to me.
Yeah, Bonnie was like, yeah, because we gave you a handler. Like,
Yeah.
you needed a handler,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
for the rest of you. And now to our final founder. Like, again, I just have to repeat for everyone watching this and in the audience, every single one of these companies and founders has roots and ties to Minnesota. So let's just give it up for Minnesota, because we've gotten a rough shot for a lot of, right? They all have ties and roots here. And this one, I'm telling you, for anyone out there in the audience that doesn't eat veggies as much as you should, you need to know her, you need to buy this, and you need to get on subscription. So we are going to bring up Kari. So Kari is in charge of Vegify, which you're going to see next, and our final founder. So all of you out there in the audience, as well as our judges, get ready to vote. Get those cell phones, which I know you've had on standby for the last hour plus as you've been watching. Get them ready, because you're going to vote. But let's bring up Kari. Kari, thank you for being here with us, and talk to us about Vegify.
Hey everyone, my name is Kari Wurtelman and I am the co-founder of Vegify. Are you trying to eat more vegetables? Are you tired of your kids leaving vegetables on their plate? Well, according to the CDC, 90% of adults and children do not eat enough vegetables. What do we do about that? Well, enter Vegify, the easy way to add veggies to your day. We unite healthy and easy to make nutritious eating as simple as mix, coat, or top. Simply mix Vegify into your meatballs, or coat your chicken tenders in Vegify, or top your kids' mac and cheese with Vegify for a delicious, nutritious, crunchy topping. 1/4 cup of Vegify is equivalent to 1 serving of vegetables. It's also gluten-free, vegan, and it's super neutral in flavor, so it melds well with anything, including on type of ice cream. We've been getting rave reviews on Amazon. People tell us that adding Vegify onto Vegify helps getting vegetables into their family's meals so much easier, and it makes their life easier. We launched in July of 2020 on Amazon, so during the pandemic, and we have close to 20,000 in sales in about 11 months with minimal spend on advertising. And with 90% of the population not eating enough vegetables, our market is enormous. So our team is super passionate about the health and food industry, and we bring over 40 years of experience to the table. And we would like you to follow us on social media at Eat Vegify for news and updates, and join our Vegilution.
I'm going to take up all the time so Dave doesn't get any questions. Can we dump it in our husband's mouth? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No, this is pretty cool. So I saw 3 different ones up there. Can you walk us through the 3 different, which one's most popular and why?
Yes, so we have beet, orange carrot with turmeric, and purple carrot. And I would say our orange carrot is the most popular because it looks most like a breadcrumb. So if you're putting it in meatballs or something like that, it hides easier if you're trying to hide vegetables for your husband and your kids. And we're also launching a cauliflower version soon too. So that's coming down the pipeline.
So the ingredients, everybody's into how many ingredients are on the label.
I love that you asked that. So in our beet, we have beet and potato, 2 simple ingredients. It's a dehydrated vegetable product. And our carrot is just carrot and potato. Yep.
Would you be able to share more about your target consumer you're seeing picking up your product?
Yes, we had a fairly wide gamut of consumers, but our biggest target is moms. They do all the grocery shopping, right? And they're the ones that are concerned about how many vegetables that their family's eating, so definitely moms. Also, people who are into health, gluten-free, celiac. We've had a lot of feedback, a lot of great feedback from the celiac and gluten-free communities on social media, just loving this product. It's gluten-free. Yeah, just... Yep, it's hard to pick one, so that's what we've been focusing on is probably moms and health food bloggers. Oh, sorry.
No.
Because I'm sure you do some of the shopping in your household.
A lot.
So, yeah, exactly. So,
I'm the fruits and veggie guy.
okay, I bet you are. I like that. I like that. So, are we able to buy your product now? And is that online or in grocery stores, or how do we get that?
Yeah, it's online right now on Amazon and our website at eatvegify.com. And then we're going through the motions, and we're going to be launching in the Northeast with some small health independent food stores out there through a distributor.
Okay, super cool idea. Yeah. I want to give Dave a little bit of time. So.
First off, I think we know each other. I feel like I've met you before.
You look super familiar.
Yeah, I think we have mutual friends somewhere along the line. Secondly, I'm one of your 20,000 customers because my daughter orders Vegify off of Amazon.
Awesome.
She is an Amazon addict.
That's right, me too.
But she doesn't like to eat a lot of vegetables, but she started using your product, so that's very cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm like, as soon as I saw your logo, I went, that's on my shelf right now at home. So that's great.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's really great.
Wow.
That's it. I don't have any questions. I had questions that they asked or sum it up, but I would, so are you going to continue to try and utilize social media? Is that as your main source of spreading the word right now?
Absolutely. Social media is huge. We do, since things are opening up right now, we're going to start launching our kind of retail distribution strategy and get into more retail distribution, but we're just getting on TikTok and all these kinds of fun things. So.
As you enter into the stores, how is your cost per, what's your cost per unit?
Between $8.99 and $10.99 is probably what we're going to target for retail. On Amazon right now, we're at $8.99. We can self-fulfill orders, and so we can keep our costs a little bit lower that way. And so,
do you have wiggle room as you go into big box stores for that? Because they're going to bring that number down for you.
We do, and long term, we want to scale and bring production here to the U.S., and that will significantly reduce our costs.
Hey, Carrie, we did it.
Oh my gosh, I love Carrie because she's my height, and as well, Dave. Thank you. Like, we got to the 5th founder, and you only had 2 penalties, not 3. You learned because Alyssa showed you and then Bonnie monitored you. Like it only took 3 of them. It only took 3. I'm just going to say it only took 3 of them to help you. But we're glad. We are glad all of you were here tonight. No, you're not. See, welcome to our world. Like just live in this for a minute, Dave. Like just live in it for a minute. It's going to be good. I promise you. But next up, we have someone, again, like I said, we have these jewels in Minnesota that people don't get to see, that everyone needs to see. I am convinced that all of you are going to see her everywhere very soon. But remember, when we tell you this first, so up next, we will have Jackie. She's going to sing a cappella. She's not even using the mics. Like she's going to just a cappella this. She freestyles. I have seen her freestyle. She is amazing. So we're going to have her sing 2 songs while the rest of you get to figure out who you're voting for. There was 5 amazing companies. Don't forget, 5 amazing companies tonight. Scan that code. Do you all know how this works? You hold that phone up. We're going to teach you tonight. You hold that phone up. Something will pop up like, yeah, let's do it now. For all of you online, if you can't figure this scan code up, you can move. Yeah, you can all move to get your phones. Get your phones. Get the phones. You are going to have to pick a winner tonight out of these amazing 5 companies you saw, which are all Minnesota-based. So you are going to have to scan that code, pick your winners. We're going to put them in. Jackie is going to sing to you while you do that, so it's going to be hard for you to vote while you listen to her singing. That's why I'm leaving this code up right now. If you can't figure the code out online, there is a way to vote without that with a URL. So you go to minneapolisvoting.founderslive.com and you will be able to vote tonight for the winner of our pitch competition. And in a second, we're going to bring Jackie to the stage. Everyone's figuring it out. Okay. When you guys get to see Jackie, you are getting a treat. She is at FEMA's on Sunday nights. FEMA's, if you have not seen it, Minnesota also born and bred restaurant. She's there for a limited engagement because I promise you, the next time you will see her will be in a large stadium where you will pay a lot of money to see this. So you are fortunate to be here tonight to get to see Jackie. This is probably the last time this will happen, but she's going to be here for us. She will sing a cappella for all of you in the room. For those of you on the platform, you will hear this beautiful voice. And as I said, she can freestyle. There's no one like her. So we are going to have her sing her first song. We'll take a little interlude in the middle, and we will have her manager talk to you a little bit about what she's doing in terms of recording and the next things that will come out. But again, we are fortunate to have her from Minnesota. So in a second, we're going to bring Jackie to the stage. You're all looking very intently on how to vote. I know it's hard, right? Like, who do you vote for? Those were 5 amazing companies. Our judges are having a dilemma right now. Like, I would vote for all of them. I would split the vote between the 4 of you. I'm just saying, there was 5 of them. I would split that vote right now. Jackie, are you ready? All right, we're going to bring Jackie to the stage. And after Jackie, we will also show you a mixology. But I'm telling you guys, Jackie is a find. Like, being the fact that you guys get to see her live tonight, thank goodness for those of you who are live in person that get to see Jackie here live and in person. Here she goes. All right, Jackie, are you ready? We're going to do this without a mic. Matt, we are going to put this on. What camera do you want, Jackie? That camera is pointed right there, so you're going to have to stand right there if they want to see you. Yeah, so front stage. Yes, they will see you. Matt, can you put the camera on Jackie right now? Can we pull up the camera on the judges? That would normally be the judges because they're all convening. Let's see if we can see Jackie. Right? Like, you have to see Jackie. Here we go. Jackie, we are putting that camera right on you. It is all about you. And thank you for being here tonight. Jackie, can you share with us just a little bit? Like, I know you're going to sing without the mic. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your story? Because it's deeper.
say goodnight. I was looking for some of the answers. I was wondering why. Yeah, I got jazz in my blood.
Jackie, we are so lucky to have you from Minnesota. So why don't you gave a little bit about it, about being honest, but there's more to your story, right? We're going to go a little deep. A little deep. We do this. Like, I'm like one of the judges, but we're going to go a little deep because these folks get to see you. Like, this is the honest part of Jackie that you're going to see. So when you see her on the national stage, which is the next place you'll see her, I guarantee you, all of you, that's the only place you'll see her. Because I've seen her and she's amazing, as you guys just saw and witnessed. She did that a cappella. How many of us could do that a cappella? They don't even do that on anything, right? Like, again, she's got this. And so, yes, so thank you. Everyone clap for Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. Your parents are amazing. Like, I met your mom and dad. They're beautiful humans, and you didn't realize you had music in your soul, and you figured it out later on in your life, and you found music. So why don't you tell these guys how you found music, and then we'll let Jackie sing one more song while the rest of you figure out how to vote, because I know it's a difficult decision. So we're going to make you vote, but Jackie's going to tell you how she found music. Like, do you guys see why you can't miss these events on Thursday nights? Because your life will never be the same. You're watching these TV series, and this is much better. All right, Jackie, tell us.
Oh, I got the mic. I got the mic. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, so the song that I just sang is called Honest, and I briefly kind of gave a little, 2 cents about it, but if she wants me to get deep, so we'll get a little bit deep. So, I know a lot of us probably feel sometimes it's hard to really be your authentic self at all times. And so growing up, I actually grew up in like an all-white household. I'm adopted, and I just felt disconnected, for my own personal reasons from who I was, and it was really hard to express myself. And not because of, my adopted parents or anything. It was just because I felt that I was, different and unwanted in a way. So I just tried to fit in all the time, push music away. And then a few years ago, when I met my birth mother, I found out she's a musician in New Orleans, and I have 8 siblings, a whole family. And once I met them, it kind of just re-sparked this energy, and it's so real. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, if you know the feeling of just like pure happiness when you do what you feel like you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you're just like elated. That's how I feel when I do music. And so it's just truly a blessing to be able to express myself in that way and connect with humans, because we are all out here looking for connection these days. We need more of it. So, whatever, we can all do to connect with others is special. And I'm just so honored to be able to sing and write and all that. And I just want to thank Jen and everyone for having me here. This is an awesome event. So, yeah.
We're going to let Jackie find her pitch. Tayo, do you want to say anything? Is there anything you want to say? So we're going to bring up one of the folks that makes sure Jackie has all the things she needs. So you're going to talk about this. So FEMAs. So we should talk about FEMAs. Yeah, you're going to stand on this side. You're going to be right here in this camera. Like, oh, see, I'm short. God, why am I so short? Like, I really didn't think I was that short till the night. I'm getting a complex, you guys. Like, I really feel like I'm a Smurf. Like, I'm really, and I have tall shoes on. Like, what if I didn't? Yeah, I'll be the ogre. Okay, well, you be here. Oh, gee. There's no Jennifer, but that's fine. So you talk to us about what inspired about Jackie, because Eterna Media. So we should talk about Eterna Media a little bit, because Eterna Media is one of the PR companies from here in Minneapolis that's making a difference. So let's talk about that for a second, and then how you found Jackie and these hidden gems that are here in our city.
Well, Eterna Media, we're a media technology company that focuses on cause marketing and building technology products for marketing companies, et cetera. You know, we're very passionate about, you know, humanity and making sure that we're connecting with human beings through technology, because sometimes it can get lost in this adventure of technology that we're all experiencing. So, you know, music is a way to still have that humanity and that connection, that feeling. And music and technology are really starting to combine. I met Jackie. I was introduced to her by a mutual friend that knew that I had connections in the music business and felt that Jackie was very talented. And when I met her, I knew immediately, you know, a Turner Media could really get behind her and help her with some of the technology and the marketing stuff behind that, because, you know, we're very, we take values as a high priority. And that's something that Jackie, you know, really, you know, pronounces in all her lyrics and her music. And she's very passionate. She's very down to earth. One of the most humble human beings that I've ever met. She sees the good in everybody. And she's very passionate. She's very healing and can see, you know, have empathy for others. And so it was just a right fit for us. And I've learned so much from her about womanhood, you know, about being in tune with your feelings, you know, childhood experiences, and how music can really help heal a lot of that stuff.
That's amazing. Jackie, are you ready for your second song? You guys want to see another song from Jackie, right? Yeah, you want another song. So I have learned I'm not tall tonight, like working on this, like I'm working through this, but Jackie, you're helping me. Like I'm working through mine. I'm not tall, but let's hear another song from Jackie tonight.
You know, I feel like we have a very strong mental health. But this song is about, you know, kind of going through the motions of losing your sanity and finding it again and not feeling alone, because we all go through it. And the beat that goes to the song is kind of like a kick-ass EDM beat. Very cool. So we're doing an acapella version. Is that gonna help? I feel like they said the mic might be a little bit. Does this help? Does this help? It's working. All right, is this thumbs up if this is better than the regular voice? Yes? No? Regular voice? We're just going to put this farther away from the edge.
Far from the sky, tear me apart, keep me alive. I'm standing on the edge of my city. Are you here with me? Are you near to me? No one there with me. Nobody compares to me. Are you here with me? Are you near to me? Ready for me? I think that I might be losing my sanity. Ready for me? I think that I might be losing my sanity. Ready for me? I think that I might be losing my sanity. Ready for me? I think that I might be losing my sanity. Nobody was there for me. Nobody compares to me. Now I'm moving carefully. I want you to say a prayer for me. Nobody was there for me. Now I'm moving carefully. Want you to say a prayer for me. My sanity. My sanity.
You're in the corner.
Totally dropped it.
I know. No, you did good. You did perfect. All right. So what do you guys think, right? Right? So who's glad, for those in the room, to say you're from Minnesota tonight? Right? Like, how proud are you of Minnesota? These 5 founders plus Jackie plus all the things we showed you tonight. Now we have one more treat for you. I know, we're going to roll it in. So what do you do at the end of the night? You bring in the beer guy. So we are going to bring in Burning Brothers Brewery, and they are going, they're going to be in the front. Yep, they're in the front. So they are going to be in the front, and they're going to tell us what we do with cocktails for the summer. Or, well, cocktails, sorry, beer. I'm sorry. I'm bad at this. Like, you can tell what I do. Like, it's not beer, but. All right. So, yep. So, again, you will never see Jackie again, but you'll also never see this again. So, I'm just telling you, we gave you the range, whatever you like out there. We're fitting all the humans. Right, Dominic? Right. Dominic is going to take it over because I clearly cannot handle this because I called it cocktails. And we're not doing cocktails, right, Dominic? Not doing cocktails. I'm giving you my mic and you are in charge. So the rest of you out there watching, vote though, because we have to have a winner in a few minutes. We are getting to the winner, but Dominic's going to tell us about not cocktails for a few minutes.
Hi, I'm not your public speaker guy, so if I'm nervous and all that crap, I'm sorry. We're here to kill time while the Sharks vote for all the stuff, right? Okay, yeah? So I am Dominic. I'm with Burning Brothers. I have been in this business since I was not old enough to drink, about 21 years now. We are the dedicated gluten-free brewery in Minnesota. I don't know if anybody's heard of us. When we started out, we were the second gluten-free brewery in the entire country. You know, now there's about 18 of us in the grand scheme of things. We've been open a little over 7 years. Why gluten-free? Chances are there's at least one of you in here that is. Look at that, see, that's gluten-free. So we cater to the celiac market. Celiacs, you can't have any gluten, wheat, barley, or rye. It's it's an autoimmune disorder that attacks your body, basically. So what we've done is we've created a beer line that anybody can drink, because 1 out of 100 of you guys are celiac, whether there's more than one in here. I know there's another one that I've seen here before. So we try to make beer for everyone. Little history for us: when we actually started out to create Burning Brothers Brewing, about 10 years ago. And that's when one of the owners found out he was a celiac. So he took a step back, decided, what can we do? Can we even go forward with this? Paved the way and kept going. Took about 3 years before we developed our Pyro. That's our flagship. And from there, we built the brand. So now out in the market, we have 5 products that we do all the time. We have a rotating seasonal. Right now it's blue raspberry sour. It really does taste like childhood. So if you want to try it, please stop by. We also do a root beer product. So we're slowly but surely trying to dominate that side of the market plan. Little history about us, the way it started out. The 2 owners have been around, friends since they were a child. Slowly grew up through the Renaissance, believe it or not. So that's where the Burning Brothers logo comes into play. When they were teenagers, it was, hey, let's go out and, join the circus. With circuses being in hard demand, they decided, oh, we'll join the Renaissance. They traveled around making the art, doing the fire eating stuff. So if you look at the products, you got the 2 satyrs, best friends, blowing the fire. When one of them became celiac, they decided, what are we going to do? He went through the time of mourning, decided, not enough beers out in the market, so let's develop our own. So they really tried hard to work on something to develop essentially a craft beer for everyone. And now we're about 7 years into it. Like I said before, when we started, we were the second one in the country. Now there's about 18 of us, give or take. Obviously, the only one in the Midwest. There's a little guy next to us in Wisconsin, but aside from the Madison area, you're going to be hard pressed. So, yeah. The coffee ale is pretty good. If you guys know Cameron's Coffee at all, that's just it. Well, see, that's just it. You can ask me questions. I'm not your public speaker type of guy. Like, I can sit in a meeting and baff you with bullshit. I can walk in your store and be a sales rep. But talking to you guys in public, that's not my strong suit. I told my wife, I was like, I'm just going to go have people ask questions. She said, you can't do that. Yep. All these are back there in his dryer right now. You have a question? So our gluten-free beers, so all of our beers have a sorghum base. For those of you that don't know, gluten, it comes from the wheat, barley, and rye, and derivatives of that. And from what I've learned, not being a celiac person myself, even something as much as flavoring can be grown on barley or rye. So this is the complete absence of those products. So all of our stuff is sorghum based. And then from there, there's millet or buckwheat that we mix into it. And when you're looking at your traditional beers, when it comes to your barleys that your traditional beer is made out of, you can get 60 different kinds of barleys that's out there. From your lightest roast to your darkest roast. And that's one of the advantages of your traditional brewery, where we have millet and you have one person in the entire country that is doing your gluten-free roasting, and you're limited to about 12 different kinds of roasts. So while we have the gluten-free aspect and we've been able to mimic a lot of the beers, we're still lacking in your various, the proteins that hold it together. So we've really come a long way. We've got some fun stuff like our blue raspberry sour. This really does, it tastes like childhood. If you remember a blue raspberry icy from when you were a kid, we got that. We can mimic, we have your black pepper porters, we have your stouts, we have stuff like that. But with the lack of the gluten, we're very thin on the flavor profile, if that makes sense. So we can mimic almost anything. We can mask the gluten-free flavor and we can keep going forward. Yeah. Some more questions? It does. It's fantastic. He's come a long way. At first, you could tell you're trying to get past the learning curve. But the farther we go along, the better he's come at mimicking the flavors, masking the flavors, complementing the flavors. So you could almost can't even tell that it's not a gluten-free beer. We'll rival your traditional beer.
And Dominic, where are you guys from?
We're in the Midway area of St. Paul.
Where is St. Paul?
Where's St. Paul? It's roughly
What state are we in, Dominic? Let's just say it again. What state are we in? We're in Minnesota. All right. So for those of you that didn't hear, we're in Minnesota. So again, Dominic, Burning Brothers Brewery, gluten-free beer.
Yep.
Where? In Minnesota.
Minnesota. Midway area, Minnesota.
Midway area, State Fair.
Can you tell us why it's Burning Brothers?
Well, it's Burning Brothers because they got their start as fire eaters at the Renaissance.
At the Renaissance Festival, which is in Shakopee, Minnesota. So I'm just going to bring it home for all of you. If you haven't been watching all night, like all of these founders, all of these companies were highlighting Minnesota. So there's some amazing companies here in Minnesota, including Dominic and Burning Brothers. So next time when you come to Founders Live Minneapolis, where do they have to come, Dominic?
They need to come Midway Minnesota.
They need to come to Minnesota, and you need to be here in person to sample all of these. Taste of your childhood. Who doesn't want that? Right? So last chance, guys. We have a neck and neck race. I will tell you, for our winner tonight for Founders Live Minneapolis, it is tight. So if you have not voted, we have the QR code up. If you have not voted, please vote. It is tight tonight for these founders. All right, so we have a few more minutes to vote. But what we will tell you is the idea of these events is to highlight what is here in Minneapolis and Minnesota. So our judges have layered in their votes. We've got some folks from the audience. You've heard Jackie, you've heard all the things. So we are minutes away from hearing who the winner of Founders Live June 2021 is. So we'll let you know in a second. Log those last votes, and we will bring the winner up to the stage in just a second. All right, we're tallying the votes as we speak. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to Dave, Bonnie, Jean, and Alyssa for being here. Thank you to Jackie for being here. Right? What? Oh, we have to say Jackie's Instagram because, okay, you come up here. You are going to say the Instagram. We have to tell you Jackie's Instagram because I tell you, we show you things before it ever happens. So here, the non-smart version of me.
Please follow Jackie at JAKI Music. JAKI. That's Jackie with no C. JAKI Music. Thank you.
Yeah. So now the Smurf version will bring it home for you of who won tonight. So hopefully all of you have voted. All right, we're entering the end of the show, but it's not the end of the show. So for those of you viewing in the Red Rex platform, if you stay in the lounge spaces, we're going to bring up some slides to show you where you go. But after the show, there is going to be live music. If you choose to stay and connect, even if you're virtual, we will have lounge spaces for you to connect and be able to interact online for those of you remotely. Now, hopefully, we made all of you feel like next time you need to be here in person. Is everyone ready for our winner? Matt, are you ready for our winner? We have our Red Rex support team down in Florida. So our Red Rex team in Florida is going to announce our winner. Are we ready to announce the winner? Because we need to have all of our founders watching to see who our winner was. You guys stayed all night. This is like Shark Tank, but who the big winner is. But remember, by tuning in, you're supporting Minnesota, you're supporting these founders, and all of them walk away tonight as winners because they were amazing. They should all be companies that all of us follow. Matt, are we ready for our winner? You guys are ready?
We are ready.
Yep. All right. All right, it's time. Let's do this. But you don't have to leave after the event. You can go into the lounge spaces and hear live music from some of our folks. One of our judges, Dave McElroy, will actually be in our lounge spaces performing music for you guys live. So that's another treat, right? Like, he may be a troublemaker, but he can sing pretty good. So you will see him in the lounge spaces. All right, Matt, are you ready to announce who our winner is? Do we have a banner to announce the winner? And I'm going to invite them onto this stage for the last time who our winner was tonight of Founders Live Minneapolis, June 2021.
Jennifer, we had an
Judges, who was the winner?
incredibly close
And
race.
this is a combination, I remind you, of our audience votes and our panelists in the studio. All right, ready, Matt? Oh, wow. Okay. So our winner tonight is Joey Jones of Joe Go Straws. So our winner tonight is Joe Go Straw. in our live studio audience. I will tell you, this was close. Joey, that's amazing. This was super close. We had a time vote. That's why we gave you time to vote. Joey, you have to come up here though. He's hugging humans. Joey is hugging all the humans in the live audience. You'll see Joey coming up here tonight. Amazing founders tonight. We thank every single one of these founders who showed up tonight. But Joey, why don't you tell us about, you were up against some really good, these were phenomenal companies.
Yeah, it was an honor to be up here with everybody that I was, all the other entrepreneurs up here tonight, both the judges and the founders pitching. All you guys have amazing stories, amazing companies, and I can't wait to talk more with you and learn from you guys later this evening, maybe over some of these drinks.
Exactly, right? We're going to take you through the conversation.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much to Founders Live. This is an awesome thing you guys are doing. Super happy we found each other, and I'm excited to see this continue to be
this relationship. Thanks.
This was
on winning tonight. Oh, I know we hug here in Minneapolis. We're back to hugging. I don't know if you know this, but Minneapolis is very vaccinated. Most of us are vaccinated, so just FYI. But for the rest of you, if you are in the Red Rex platform, head on over to some of the lounge spaces and network online. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Founders Live. We hope everyone attending virtually enjoyed this. To our live studio audience, thank you. We will see you in our platform. And Dave will be up next to perform for you live. Again, tune in to see the live performance of Dave after the show. Thanks everyone for joining us. Please text us if you have any issues logging into the platform. Have a great night.